Hi, I'm Sean. A warm welcome to my channel. This is the June astrology for Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising. I suggest you listen to all three. I cover some key dates, so please write them down. A quick guide. Your sun sign is your core energy, who you are. I find my sun sign gets more accurate the older I get. Your moon sign shows how you'll feel. It's the emotional stuff. And your rising sign, probably the most accurate, reflects what's actually happening in your life right now. Think of it as your avatar. Let's take a look at your astrology for June 2026. And right from the start, this feels like one of those bridge months where things are shifting between different areas of your life, especially around your routines, your work, and your relationships. There's a sense here of recalibration, like you're adjusting how you live your day-to-day life while also rethinking how you engage with others. And I get the feeling, Capricorn, something needs to come back into balance. All month long, Mercury is in Cancer, activating your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. This brings communication, negotiation, and connection to the forefront. You may find yourself having more conversations with partners, whether romantic, business, or personal, and decisions needing to be made together rather than alone. Things can move quite quickly here, with agreements forming or shifting faster than expected. But as we move toward the end of the month, the tone begins to change. Now on June 29th, Mercury turns retrograde. This is where conversations need revisiting, agreements may require adjustment, and relationship dynamics might need to be reworked. In my life, this always feels like, okay, now let's actually talk about what this really means. At the same time, the Sun and New Moon in Gemini are activating your 6th house, your work, routines, and daily life. This is where a reset begins. You may find yourself stepping into a new job, a new schedule, or simply a new way of organizing your time and energy. Then early mid-June, we have a new moon window. This is reset your lifestyle energy. I think for many of you, something needs to change in how you structure your day, how you balance work, rest, and responsibility. This is about creating something more sustainable. Venus brings one of the key bridge shifts this month. In the first half of June, Venus is in your 7th house, softening your relationships. This brings harmony, connection, and support into your partnerships. Things may feel easier, smoother, and more cooperative. Then in the second half of the month, Venus moves into your 8th house and the energy deepens. Now it becomes about emotional bonding, intimacy, and shared resources. Tricky. This is more intense, but also more meaningful. Relationships go beyond surface level and into something more substantial. Mars also shifts signs this month, bringing movement between your personal expression and your work life. In the first half of June, Mars is in your 5th house, which can bring a surge of creative energy, passion, and even a desire to enjoy life more. You may feel more motivated to pursue things that bring you joy, whether that's romance, creativity, or personal projects. There's a spark here, a reminder that life isn't just about responsibility. Then in the second half of the month, Mars moves into your 6th house and the focus shifts back to work and productivity. Things get busier, more demanding, and more structured. Then, mid-month Mars shift. Mars here rewards discipline, but you'll also want to be mindful not to push yourself too hard. A major long-term shift begins on June 19th, when Chiron enters Taurus, activating your 5th house of love, creativity, and self-expression. This is deep work over time. You may begin to see where you've held yourself back from joy, where vulnerability has been difficult, or where creativity has been suppressed. And I'll be honest, this can feel confronting, but it's also freeing, because it opens the door to rediscovering joy and reconnecting with parts of yourself that may have been neglected. Who knows? You might realize it's time to take life a little less seriously. Then we move into June 29th, with a full moon in Capricorn, your sign, which makes this a very personal turning point. Full moons in your sign bring clarity, endings, and new beginnings all at once. This is about you, your identity, your direction, and what you're ready to step into next. You may feel a strong urge to make a change, to redefine something in your life, or to step away from a version of yourself that no longer fits. I think for many of you, this feels like a moment of truth. Something has to change, and it starts with me. Watch the 2 weeks after this. That's where the shift unfolds. And finally, on June 30th, Jupiter enters Leo, activating your 8th house for the next year. This is powerful expansion through shared resources, partnerships, and deeper emotional growth. You may find financial opportunities coming through others, support, investments, or strategic gains, as well as a deepening of emotional connections. This is not light energy, but it is transformative. In my life, Jupiter in the 8th house always feels like bigger resources come in, but you grow through learning how to manage, trust, and share them. So Capricorn, June is a recalibration. You're adjusting your routine, rebalancing your relationships, and stepping into a new version of yourself. Take your time with decisions, honor what needs to shift, and don't ignore what your inner voice is telling you, because this month is bringing you back into alignment. And if you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what's shifting for you this month.